Game begin.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, Jason Widup here, VP of Marketing at Metadata.io, a new autonomous demand generation platform.
We're solving the biggest problem for marketeers, demand generation managers, and growth hackers, and that is noise.
Welcome to the age of artificial intelligence in B2B marketing, where deep learning will make your inbound lead flow scalable and predictable.
What I saw with metadata is the traction with customers and the growth, right? The growth, the retention.
Congratulations to Gil and the Metadata team for closing this round of financing.
Guys, this is incredibly impressive. I mean, holy
This is one of the many, many reasons we love metadata over here. It's like so simple too. It's like beautifully simple.
What?
That's amazing.
You guys are onto something really awesome.
This is actually really cool. I like it.
It's like ibuprofen. It just cured a headache I have.
Holy. Send me a contract.
Hello everyone, my name is Gil Allouche. I'm the founder and CEO of Metadata. Damn, have you seen that video? Every time I see customers speak about our platform with such passion, it really makes my day. So thank you for that. Well, I'm excited about the upcoming session. Jason and I are going to talk about the vision for Metadata and our vision for the marketing operating system, what it entails, how it's going to look like. And we're also going to show you some of the upcoming capabilities from the platform in regards to the operating system. Before I get started, I want to say a big thank you for all of you for attending Demand, for speaking at Demand, for sponsoring Demand. You are the forefront of B2B marketing, and as we go through the next few years, really changing the way we do B2B marketing, you can be proud that you are the early adopters of technology and new practices of doing things better and leveling up. So thank you, and I hope Demand has been working for you, for equipping you with more strategies and best practices to do your work. So let's talk about ourselves and our daily work. How come with all the changes in the world, artificial intelligence taking over more and more of our lives, really automating when we write an email, when we write a text, things are being completed for us. When we drive a car, the car is being driven for us, or the worst case scenario, we get take a right turn, left turn kind of instructions. How come in a world where your work is fully digital, I mean, most of our work is digital here as B2B marketers, we're still doing technical, repetitive, mundane tasks. I mean, the spreadsheets for UTM tags and attribution, data sources and CSV files running around, 6 screens and monitors open so that you can compare different channels and different ideas that you have. It's a little bit of a shit show. Still, B2B marketing is full of technical, repetitive, and mundane tasks. And I start there because this is our promise to you. Our promise to you is that we will free you from all the technical, repetitive, and mundane that you have in your life. Because that kind of work can be done by computers better, faster, and mostly it can transition us from task rabbits to doing impactful work, meaningful work that you were better suited for as humans. Doing creative work, strategic work, ideation versus deciding, running an A/B test, and this one is going to go to a chatbot, and this one is going to go to a form, or trying 2 call to actions, or a different campaign type, or another data source. Let the computer make those decisions and take those tasks for you. And so B2B marketing is full of technical, repetitive, and mundane. We agree on that. We started with demand. And the reason we started with demand and demand generation, because that's the most important thing for a marketing team in the B2B settings. If you are a company, a B2B company, your marketing departments and your sales departments, your sales, in a B2B settings, a VP of marketing generating demand is the single most important thing that they could do. If they do that well, if that marketer, VP of marketing, creates predictable demand that sales can close into revenue, she becomes the most successful marketer in that company because she's fueling the business with pipeline. Sales are happy, CEO is happy, CFO is happy, everyone's happy. And now that VP of marketing has more time to work on other things, like the story, like analysts, like category, a bunch of things. But demand and generating demand, that's the bread and butter for every B2B business. And that's where we started there. And I'm proud to say that after 6 years, working tirelessly, particularly on that problem, we're the number one solution for that. If you're trying to build demand for your B2B company using paid media channels, Metadata is the solution for you. It will guarantee that over time, you'll be able to build pipeline for your sales counterpart, and the economics of the CAC of that engine will only get better and better over time. That we solve from. We have a lot more work to do there, updating more channels, more audiences, a more sophisticated decision tree to take all the actions for you. But we're way ahead, and you can switch all your work into that system. But generating demand is not the only technical and mundane area in B2B marketing. There are a few more, and we try to list it here for you so that you see together with us how do we envision a marketing operating system for the B2B marketer. And so there are a few pillars in there. The first one is budgeting and forecasting. Everything starts with your marketing budget, your goal, and how much money do you have to spend to essentially get to that goal. And it includes marketing programs, it includes your personnel, contractors, content, advertising. It includes really all of it. And so having one place where you can have your budget, it will be connected to your system, and you can see in real time how that budget turns into your goals, pipeline, and revenue, will make it so that you'll have a full cycle, a closed loop between your budget and your forecasting. Audience targeting is a second pillar. Imagine a place where you can define your total addressable market, all the companies you could and should sell to, and all the particular people within those companies that should see your message. Never again spend $1 of your budget or a minute of your time on the wrong company or the wrong prospect within those companies. And also never again have to log in to 7 different data sources. They're all in metadata. You can create the audiences. They are always refreshing. And together, they represent your named accounts, your firmographic-based accounts, your technology install-based accounts, your buyer intent signals accounts, the 6 Sense, Lintel, whether it's Aberdeen, G2, Trust Radius, what have you. You have them, Bombora, all those buyer intent signals, firmographic, and technology install-based signals are available for you to define your TAM and have it there as your system of record to always use for your campaigns. Experimentation is the third pillar. Metadata sits on top of experimentation at its core. The system doesn't know what works better than the other, and so it experiments at scale. One of our customers was able to run 20,000 campaigns in 1 year, humanly impossible, and then fine-tune into the 500 that generates the vast majority of their pipeline. And so how do you take 10,000 permutations and end up with 500 that generate the vast majority of your pipeline in economical price? Experimentation. So that's always going to be a big piece of our platform. This is how the system, like a real-time game, constantly makes decisions for you. Personalization. We find personalization a major component in B2B marketing. It's something that is still a huge opportunity for the B2B marketer. Imagine finally being able to give your customers a consumer type of experience where if you have a prospect versus the customer visiting your website, they don't see the same homepage. When a prospect visits your website after clicking on an ad, instead of just saying, "Hi, company name," you'll be able to know what version of the creative they clicked on, what content have they consumed, what channel, what's the job title of that person, what audience were they picked from. And you can change many more things and have a few proactive reactions from the website to the visitor based on that data without a single line of code. That's personalization for you. And then analytics and attribution. A lot has been said about attribution. And whether you use an internal system like a Full Circle Insights or Visible, or you built your own with a Tableau, or you're looking for an alternative solution, you should have one version of the truth that you trust. And so that's what we're going to work on, making sure that the data is accurate from all offline and online channels and is available for you to analyze. You choose how to visualize it. You want to use the metadata way, awesome. If not, and you have a better or your own customer's way of looking at attribution and ROI, so be it. We'll make sure that the data is waiting for you, clean and ready for analysis. Horizontally, to complement all of these components, we have playbooks. And playbooks is honestly what I'm excited about the most, because that is institutional knowledge being translated into technology. So sometimes you have a marketer that needs to execute, and they need to execute quickly, and they want to learn what is already the best practice available. So for example, conversational ads. If you're in need of bottom of the funnel offers, you need to provide 200 demo requests to your VP of sales in the next 2-3 months, and you have a particular budget in place, you can use metadata to quickly apply the conversational ad template, and you have a few templates, for example, to choose from. It will plug in all the data it knows about that particular template. You'll have to fill in a few of the blanks, but it will provide to you essentially the marketing program ready to be launched. And within a few hours, you can have a Convo ads demo request with a gift card up and running, generating results, while otherwise it will take you a week to set the whole thing up from scratch, to figure out the audience, to figure out the offer, to figure out the text, to figure out the playbook, to figure out the person sending it, and then of course executing it actually on the channel. So imagine having 50 playbooks like these when you do an ABM program, when you're doing a sales acceleration program, so on and so forth. Those are the playbooks that we're excited to have in the platform for you to pick and choose and hit the ground running faster using best practices. Integrations and channels are, of course, existing components in the operating system. Integration allows us to connect your entire stack so that we can operate it. We connect your entire data sources so we can operationalize that data. And of course, we're connected to your system so we can learn what works, what doesn't work on a full cycle. So not only the cost per lead, but all the way to a closed won revenue, so we can see the CAC. And of course, channels. Channels are the way that we can actually execute. This is how we remove people from the technical, repetitive, and mundane by actually executing the actions for them. And so we need to be connected to all the channels possible so that the playbooks can actually get executed in the channel. And of course, automation. Our enemy at Metadata, and it should be the same enemy for you, is the technical and mundane. And so everything that is manual marketing, and manual marketing has become something that you're very accustomed to, we want to fight with automation. And so our decision tree today makes 1 million decisions per day. That is a lot of automation. We want to dive deeper there. Any area in which you still have manual marketing, we move into automatic execution. So those are the components that we identified as the operating system. And I'm excited to have Jason coming next, actually showing us how some of these features play off. Jason, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Gil. You know, I was excited about our advertising product when I first started here over 3 years ago, and I'm even more excited to build the first full operating system for B2B marketers, a platform I wish I'd had when I was a demand gen marketer years ago. Okay, so I have 3 product updates related to our OS for you today. Let's get right into it. First up, our custom KPIs and attribution. Not every marketing team tracks and optimizes to the same KPI. When we built Metadata, we built it to optimize activities to what drives pipeline and revenue. It was almost hard-coded into the platform. But many of our customers told us they need to optimize their activities to other KPIs, and not just report on those KPIs, but have the platform understand their specific KPIs and optimize their programs to them. We've solved that problem in several ways for our customers. First, we've added the ability for you to create custom KPIs from any of the sources of data integrated into Metadata. You have a custom definition for an SQL? No problem. You can configure that. You want to create a KPI of meetings booked? We got you covered. And to go along with that, we integrated Google Analytics data into the platform. You can now not only see the impact to ad and revenue metrics, but also to the behaviors and events happening on your website. All of your Google Analytics goals and events can now be shown in Metadata against your campaign experiments. And in just a few months, the platform will be able to optimize your programs to website goals and events from Google Analytics. Finally, we provide 6 different attribution models you can choose from, as well as providing completely customized attribution so that your metadata results match what you show in your systems of record. I'm super excited about this new feature because it's actually one of my requests. As we started doing ungated content here, we needed a non-lead-based way to understand performance and optimize our ads to. Now we can. Okay, on to the next one. So, next update is a completely new product for website personalization and optimization. You may have seen our recent announcement that we acquired a company called Reactful in this space. So before we had this new feature, Metadata was able to see ads across platforms, conversions of those ads to a lead gen or website form, and then the follow-on opportunity, revenue, and all that other data for those campaigns. But there was still a piece of that funnel that Metadata didn't see, and that's the content on the website landing pages that are used with the campaigns. Today, this all changes. Through our acquisition of Reactful, the Metadata platform can finally see that last mile landing page and automatically personalize and optimize it for higher conversion with minimal input from the marketer themselves. And to help power this is our new Metadata Site Pixel. With this new pixel, our customers' personalization capabilities just got a lot broader. This new pixel can translate up to 50% of your anonymous visitors to a company and up to 30% of them to an actual person. So let's take a look at how this can work. We're using a very obvious example here, not something we'd actually do in the wild, but in the example that you see playing in the background, we're using 4 different levels of personalization. First, we're personalizing the company name and logo using IP lookup. Second, the body paragraph is personalized using industry that's also derived from the IP address as well. Third, we're using a simple return visit to trigger a behavior-based personalization. We just welcome them back to the website. And then finally, we're using the UTM parameter from the ad click to show the exact version of the ad they converted on, driving more relevancy. Again, this is just for illustration purposes. You don't want to go too far, but imagine how much more relevant you can make your landing pages with this technology. As you can see, this is a huge win for Metadata customers and will ensure they are maximizing conversion of their hard-earned website traffic. And not just the paid ads traffic, but any traffic coming to their website. And the final product update I'm going to talk about today are playbooks. You just heard Gil talk a little bit about how playbooks work. Here's how it will initially look in our platform. One of the biggest bottlenecks in B2B marketing is the lack of time and expertise we have to operate a variety of technologies, data sources, and channels all together in unison. Well, Metadata already touches an incredible number of these other systems and programs, and it can interoperate each of these in a literally infinite number of ways to drive results. This can make operating Metadata a little daunting sometimes because there are so many different ways to set it up. At the same time, we have customers who are building out incredibly well-performing and successful programs through our platform, and we have all that data just wrapped up, ready to be used. We wanted a way to easily bring real marketing programs with proven outcomes directly to our customers in an easy way for them to implement themselves. We're here to solve this big problem by bringing industry best practices and institutional knowledge from hundreds of experienced B2B marketers into the hands of all Metadata customers with Metadata Playbooks. We introduced our first playbook last year with LinkedIn conversation ads, the one you probably have seen from me 100 million times. We've been running that successful demo play internally, and we added that entire capability right into our platform with the proven flows that we'd already tested mapped directly in. Our customers just had to change a few variables here and there instead of building completely new flows inside of LinkedIn. We're starting by offering most of these as video playbooks as an interim step to get our customers leveraging the platform in new and impactful ways. But soon, just like combo ads, we'll have ways to automatically activate those playbooks directly in your metadata instance, even further reducing the time it takes to get results. These are just 3 of the many new features we're bringing to the marketing operating system over the next several quarters. As you can see, we're all about B2B marketers here at Metadata. Our mission is to remove these technical, repetitive, and mundane tasks from your plate so you have all that time and space for creativity, strategy, and all the other non-technical reasons you chose a career in marketing for. And we'd love to have you on this journey with us. If you'd like to learn more about Metadata or the first B2B marketing OS, reach out on our website or contact me directly at jason@metadata.io. That's it from us here. Thanks again for your time.